Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome everyone to Ongaku and You. I'm your host Ken, and to my right we have Gray,
What's up?
and to my left we have Luna.
Hello.
This is gonna be a music podcast, just introducing to you guys about different music genres within the Japanese language. We may not be experts, but just to use as a different variety of music to introduce you guys to. So, since this is our very first episode, let's talk about our favorite artists. Why don't you go first, Luna?
So I have a couple favorite artists. I guess I'll give you my top five. My first is Kodakumi. My
Okay.
second is this is hard between my second and third. It's between Ayumi Hamasaki and Namie Amuro. And my fourth would be Kana Nishino. And my fifth would be Kato Media.
Uh, can you explain what kind of genre those singers mostly do in?
I would say Coda does a variety, in my opinion. I mean, she's done pop, she's done kind of rockish pop, R&B. I guess you could say she's a very versatile artist. Namie, mainly pop. She's done a little bit of what they called like hip hop, which she had an album, Queen of Hip Hop. Ayumi Hamasaki would be mainly pop. Kato Media started out as R&B, and I love her as R&B. She went more pop, but her R&B stuff is always the best. And Kana Nishino is definitely pop. So I guess my genre would be more pop, but I do have a lot of indie R&B artists I did not mention that I love.
Yeah, okay. And then what about you, Gray?
I was actually trying to put them all together because I never thought about my top five. My favorite is Scandal. Like they're the first band like I really took a deep dive into and really tried to listen to all their music. Really a huge Bradio fan. Bradio is a disco funk rock band, and they have an amazing sound. So definitely always worth checking them out. I really enjoy Miho Fukuhara. She's a good R&B artist. Let's see. Daichi Miura is also really good, just hip hop. Nah, he's more of a pop artist. And let's see, that was four.
Yeah, I think that was four.
Yeah, we'll leave it at four. Four's good enough.
Four is good enough.
Four's good enough. I mean, there's a lot of artists. Asian Kung Fu Generation was also one of my very first favorite bands. So,
Yeah.
and they've been old. They're pretty old now, but I think they will always win Coolest Name Award
Oh yeah,
because
of course.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, they're still one of my top ones for rock bands. I still love their song Rewrite. One
uh
of my favorites.
Yeah.
Rewrite, Far and
And
Beyond,
yeah.
like the list goes on and
After
on.
Dark.
Yep.
And then I guess we'll just go into my list. Ironically, my top is Asian Kung Fu Generation. I'm more of a band kind of guy, so I do like those groups. So I guess right after them, it would be Arashi. Ironically, through Arashi, that's pretty much how my Japanese got much better. Also, AKB48. Without them, I probably wouldn't have continued with my Japanese. Um, I want to say Nishino Kana also is probably up there too. And then recently, I've been really liking. Hold on. Kana Boone. Kana Boone's been up there for me too. And Straightener. Straightener's kind of been a close fifth or sixth to me. So yeah, now that we're transitioning, we're mostly going to be covering a lot of news on the Japanese side. So pretty much like any news breaking things that's happening in the Japanese music industry, like the billboards, and we'll mostly be covering the top 10 singles and albums that hit the Oricon, which is like their Billboard's 100. for the week. And since we're going to probably be dating this, it is December 9th. So why don't we kind of look over the list? Is at number 1 for the weeklies, at least. It is The Best, which by Kinky Kids. I'm not too surprised by that. They're Johnny's, so anything kind of within that wheelhouse that got released within the first week will mostly hit number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but also, you said earlier that Kinky Kids is a really old band, so they probably have a large fan base too.
Yeah, I want to say they're before Odyssey, so that's almost about 15 years.
Yeah.
Give or take. And then if you go down, number 2 is Finally.
Of course. I mean, Nami is going to be retiring next year, so this is her last best album. I mean, her hits from 92 to now. I did purchase this album. I pre-ordered it over a month ago. Got my copy in. It's lovely. I will say this is very nostalgic for me because she re-sang a lot of her songs. And it also makes me really sad because I don't want her to leave the music industry.
Now, Yana, let me ask you a question because you're a huge fan. Do you think the album is called Finally just because she's finally glad to be done?
I think she's finally glad to retire because, listening to that song on the album, she talks about how she's done dreaming. This was one of her dreams and it's kind of finally over. She can retire and spend time with her family. So I kind of feel like it's the end of a good dream for her. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I see.
It's a very, especially the last tracks are really kind of like touchy. It's like, this is it.
Yeah.
So.
And then number 3, continuing on, is Shinaringo's new album, which is very surprising for me because I didn't even know that she was kind of going back into it.
I didn't either. I know of her from back in the day, and I'm surprised to see her back.
Yeah, I'm very surprised to see her back.
Yeah. I thought, it's been a while since she's released something, and she's one artist that people do remember, so I'm not surprised it's on the top 10 for her coming back.
Yeah. And then continue on. Number 4 is Dinosaur by Bees. This is a very monumental album for them too because it's their 30th anniversary, I think, this year or this coming year, the 2018. So a lot of it has been culminating into this one album also. So I listened to it earlier. It's not too bad. Obviously, the song Dinosaur is a really good song. It's a really good intro for the guitar anyway. So, and then continuing down to number 5, it says 15 Thank You To, which by Morning Musume. It's really funny because if you look on the Oricon charts, which is their music charts, it says Morning Musume 2017. Mostly because the roster keeps changing.
Yeah, I remember listening to them when they first started out. So it's amazing to see. I mean, none of my original members are in there, but they're still together, in a way. I
mean, the idol band keeps chugging no matter what, so you can't really.
Yeah.
So, and then continuing on to number 6 is Wagaki's Band, which is like this really, really interesting band, I would say so much. I
would make the argument that listening to their music isn't an experience in and of itself because they do this really interesting blend of very traditional Japanese style instruments with a modern day rock. It is it's a sound like no other. It's a solid band. I haven't heard their best of collection yet, but I'm definitely planning on checking it out soon. So it's like because they're awesome.
Oh yeah. I downloaded it or I bought it a couple of weeks ago, and it was really interesting to say the least. But yeah, continue on. It's Wax and Scrambles works. It's based off a drama, but it's a lot of variety singers that does it. So not too much to say about that. Um, and then number 6 is Nyaibu by a lovely Kuso Nekokami. And they're a wonderful punk band. They're very interesting too. They do like a lot of punk and garage rock. So if you guys have a chance to listen to that album, it's really good. It just came out this week, so I would highly recommend it. All Time Memories, going down to number 9, by Takahiro from Exile. Gray, you just got exposed to Exile not too long ago.
Yeah, I saw their I saw a couple of their music videos earlier today. They got the moves and the grooves.
They got the moves and the grooves.
Yes, they do.
This is one of the main singers. His name is Takahiro. So he does occasionally just solo songs, which is a lot of love ballads, mostly. I would say.
At least it's his time to stand out from the other, what, 17?
Other members. Yeah.
15 people or so.
Well, yeah, 3 singers and 15 dancers.
Yeah, give or take. And then rounding out number 10. It's been here for quite a while, but his name was a lovely Kenichi Yozune or Yonezu, and his album of Bootleg. I listened to it a while ago. Not too bad. He does a lot of vocal and anime work, right? Great.
Well, I'm not uber familiar with his catalog, but he does the second opening to My Hero Academia. So anyone that's familiar with that, the second opening, would be familiar with this artist. And the second opening is a really, really good song. It's called Peace Sign. It's a solid song. Music video is a little lackluster, but the song's good. I was planning on actually buying that album last night, and I backed out at the last second because it's the Christmas season. I gotta save some money, but
yeah.
I plan on checking it out soon. So
yeah, and ironically, the tagline is that it has the second opening for My Hero Academia in it, so it's in this album. So
it's
that makes sense.
I actually saw a news article, and this is a slight tangent, but it's the second most popular anime in Japan, so it's popular. So
to say the least. It's been on the list for five weeks, so I'm not too surprised.
That's pretty good.
And now going down into the singles, we're gonna go just a little bit. And number 1 is "Mic Drop" by BTS. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boys.
Yeah, I know this one because everyone's been talking about it on my Facebook, and I know who BTS is. I haven't listened to this yet, but no one will shut up about it, so I think I'm gonna have to check it out.
I listened to it earlier, and it's not my thing. It's not my style of music, I guess would be a good way of putting it. It's very yeah, I'm not really good at describing these things, but it's very bass heavy.
Okay.
And stuff, and it's like I'm one of those people. I like more of an ensemble sound, and that to me, Mic Drop's not that. So I mean, it's certainly popular. I think I'm one of the few people that don't like that style of music, but it.
Me and you both.
Yeah, yeah. It's because it's really popular. I mean, it reminds me a lot of like American rap, and it's fun. I mean, there's a lot of people that love it. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just not for me. but it's worth checking out too because you might love it. Like everybody's different.
Yeah,
That's true.
well,
That's true.
yeah. BTS is one of that part of that new Korean craze that's been kind of sweeping them for quite a while in Japan now. So it was just a matter of time before BTS would go make their debut into Japan. So of course, them making number one isn't really
A
surprising,
surprise.
but just to see them on here is kind of. And then continuing on to number two, Sekai wa Dokumare Aosoa no Nakaka by Igata 48, one of 48 AKB's 48 sister groups. It's your typical 48 idol song. I don't want to bash that, but because I'm mostly a fan of that kind of genre, so I'm not. You'll understand what you're getting for the most part.
And see, I like that type of thing. I like girl groups, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna check them out. I'm a big fan of e-girls, but I haven't checked out, all the AKB48 sister groups yet. So might be something I might like.
Speaking of e-girls,
Yeah, it's a good transition.
They're number 3.
Yep.
That is a good chain right there. They actually made number 3 with Kitakaze Totayo. The song's really good, actually. I'm quite surprised that they didn't debut higher. I actually like the song.
And
Every
I
time
like
it can rise.
e-girls.
Yeah.
I love e-girls because I love Dream. I'm a huge Dream fan, and I also like Happiness. So e-girls just kind of hits for me. I think a lot of their songs are really catchy, and I really like the song.
You want to explain what e-girls is, just in case people might be not familiar?
It's how do I explain this? Because it's form of several girl groups. So in a way, it's like, I guess you could say Rhythm Zone's version of AKB48.
Yeah.
Am I spot on? Or am I
yeah,
close?
Yeah. So Rhythm Zone is EXILE's major label group.
Yeah,
And
they're
so
also owned
it's-
by Avex.
Yeah, so it's their version of the girl genre, and I personally like Happiness too, so that's not too bad on my take.
And I mean, I like Rhythm Zone's groups in general and their style.
Yeah.
I mean, so e-girls kind of resonated with me more than AKB48 did a little. I don't know why. I guess it's the more R&B-ish or more dancey. Not to say AKB48 isn't, but I kind of.
that's like fighting words against some of them.
I shouldn't say that then. But I really have a soft spot for e-girls. I guess it's because a Dream is in there, and I've always been a huge fan of Dream.
Yeah.
And I also love Happiness, so when they combine a lot of my favorite girl groups together, it kind of like clicked. But I do love AKB48 as there are certain members I really like. But yes, I recommend checking that song out because it's really, really good.
And then continuing, very surprisingly on this list, Sekai ni Hitotsu Dake no Hana. It's a single from Snap, but from 2003.
Yeah, SMAP! Everyone loves SMAP.
Oh my god! But I'm just surprised that they made that.
Yeah,
top.
I mean it. Yeah,
I
was it used for a drama?
I believe it's inserted for a drama, but
That makes sense. Bringing back the love.
I didn't notice that this was a 2003 song until 4 seconds ago. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's surprising. That's a 14-year-old song.
Yeah. And then continuing on to a newer song,
Much
100
newer.
Degrees, the Rampage from Exile's Tribe. Exile Tribe is Exile's, I guess, dance
Unit.
Well, like I want to say dance unit, but like 80% of the band is a dance unit.
That's true.
So the song is a very dance heavy song, so I'm not too surprised about that. So yeah. The next one is Bokunawa Higino Christmas by Equal Love. It's another idol groups, and it's around the Christmas season, so I wouldn't be surprised if these Christmas songs kind of pop up here and there. Anyone has to say anything about that?
Not really. It's Christmas. We love it.
It is the season, and
It is the season.
It's hard to talk about. I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised if we don't see another one or two before the New Year's done.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised too. Next is the Idolmaster Cinderella Little Stars. Oh baby.
I'll say the cover album for this is really cute.
I was gonna say it's really cutesy, like chibi cutesy.
Yeah, I mean that's what they're going for. It's Idolmasters.
It's Idolmasters, and specifically it says Akimete. So it's like, for the autumn season specifically.
Oh, so like I'm looking at the English translation right here, and it says in the English translation, autumn is on ding dong dang.
Ding dong dang. Oh baby, baby. Oh man. Yeah.
For people who don't know, Idolmasters is now correct me if I'm wrong, but it's an anime series, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's a fake idol group, sort of.
Sort of. It's a bunch of seiyus going on.
I mean, they're talented singers, but they're not dancing in sync and rhyme with the rhythm. Animators are doing that for them.
I guess.
Although that's not the only anime songs on the list.
Oh yeah, going into number 8 there, it's Ansambun's series unit song CD. It's the 3rd season, volume 10, Trickster Breakthrough. This is another anime song.
I'm guessing it's a popular anime.
I'm guessing. Let's just say this much. This is probably my least forte into this kind of genre for the music. So I guess we'll be learning something along the way, huh?
Hey, the point of the show is everybody learns a little bit of something, including us.
Yes. Do you want to continue on for number 9 there, Gray?
Well, I don't know too much about it, but yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, hold on one moment. Just continue on, Gray.
Okay. Number 9 is Red Fruits by Kiss My Feet 2. I've not heard the song. I'm not uber familiar with the group. Other than they are a male idol group with a weird name. And
let's just say this much, they'll probably wouldn't make it here.
Probably not.
But between Johnny's and Kiss My Feet 2 and what's that again, Kinky Kids, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, the market is kind of market's kind of spoken on that one.
Yeah.
Number 10 is another song from the same anime that 8 was. I have Unbreakable Stars, Unit Song CD 3 series. Like I said, it's probably a really popular anime. And I've never heard of it. But sometimes these music anime take a season or two. Because I think Love Live didn't get popular in America until they were like through their 2nd season, and then they kind of got big in America.
I see. But yeah, I mean, pretty much this is as we go on this is kind of our growing roots here. We're going to be pretty much going in depth about a lot of different singers, especially if they're hitting the ranking lists a lot, and we'll try to talk about their best albums, what in our cases, or singles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's mostly what we're going to be trying to do here with Ongaku to You. But yeah, this might be a short one, but this is pretty much to kind of give in our opening and intro, pretty much. So, you
Well,
have anything to add, Gray?
well, we'd have Luna say something, but we're having some technical difficulties too. So
Yeah.
there'll be this is a learning experience for all of us. None of us here have any previous experience, but we're all excited for the show. Hope you guys stick around. It'll be an adventure, and it's certainly something I'm looking forward to. It'll be a great place to learn.
Oh yeah,
Can
especially.
you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you just fine. You just hear you just fine. But
You're
yeah,
you're just in time to sign off.
But yeah, if anything, where can you contact us?
Well, we're still setting up a Gmail, but as soon as it's up and running, which should be by the next episode, I will have an update on that. We will, but you can email us at ongaku@gmail.com, one word, and we're because we're new, we will take any and all criticism. Please keep it constructive, but we'll take any criticism we can get. Anything that you think can help make the show better, we're certainly listening.
Yes, thank you very much. And this is Ken.
And
signing off.